Hi, Chris with the Preferred Experience podcast. This is episode 25. Here with Ben Reed today. We are talking about the training mindset today. And I thought it'd be really fun to bring Ben on the show today and share how it translates.
Feels very Spartan to say it like that. Like it feels like Andrew should be doing this one, not me. The training mindset, that feels kind of intense. I don't know. Are you sure you got the right guy?
I think I do. Yeah.
Look at me, Chris. I don't look like that.
No, Ben is so consistent.
I need an Andrew beard if I'm gonna talk training mindset.
You're working on it now.
This is just pure laziness, Chris. That's all this is.
Yep. So tell us a little bit about yourself. He's always at the 6 a.m. class. Former 6:30 a.m. class.
Yeah, I call it our 6:42 class. That's when we tend to roll in.
Yeah.
We got 3 kiddos, 11, 6, and 1, and we try our hardest to be here on time. I promise you. You wouldn't believe it.
I totally.
But what works best for our family is for all of us to come, and so you'll see us. We roll in a few minutes late, and we roll in loud because we got 3 kiddos that are in tow with us. So we bring them in, we give them their iPads, and we work out. And you know what? Yep. It's hard, but what I love about it is it feels like we're kind of instilling this mindset. You talk about a training mindset, instilling this mindset that fitness and health and how we operate with our bodies is an important value that we want to instill in our kids. And so even without us having long lectures to our kids about why we do what we do, they just see us in action, and it's hard for them to get up. It's hard for us to get up, but we do it day in and day out because we want them to see that this is something that we want them to carry forward in their life too.
Yep, that's awesome. Do you battle them getting up every day?
Chris, you're a dad. Why do you even ask this question?
If I asked my kids to be up that early, I would be going through a lot of trouble.
I say we roll in loud. Sometimes we roll in really quiet because all 3 of them are basically still half asleep. But yes, I mean, it's a battle every single time we get it.
They always look happy to be here.
Good. We mask it really well. It's hard almost every single day. And I mean, I think that's part of it, is if you're not willing to do hard things, then you're not going to get any kind of results that you want. And so that's the time that works for us as parents, and so we have to kind of force them into this rhythm, into this habit. And it's not easy, but if it were easy, everybody would do it, and everybody will be, super fit. But they're not, because it takes habit and it takes pushing yourself to an uncomfortable space.
Yep, that consistency. I was talking with our daughter Maya last night. Maybe I shouldn't say her name. She's starting to come in here.
Well, Maya. Well, just for purposes here.
She's 14. And we've started to get her into class here, but I have been trying really hard to get her to come in with me at 5. And
how's that working?
It's not going real well. But we're
you should go back and listen to a training mindset podcast here.
Episode 25.
Episode 25.
Yep, we'll get her. We'll keep working on it. School's starting soon, and she has to be up way earlier than she's doing right now.
Yeah.
So we're kind of letting her enjoy her summer.
It's ironic that we're talking training mindset, but we're all in the summer mindset of staying up late and sleeping in and eating junk food. And
totally. Yeah. Yep. It's coming to an end fast, though.
The hard stop.
Yep. I'm glad that school's starting, even if it is online. I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yep. Well, and I think that's part of the training mindset is routine. And summer is so hard because we're a family that really enjoys routine. And we get that routine through school. You start school at a certain time, you end at a certain time, then you got homework, and you got extracurricular activities after school. And so I think all of that helps when it comes to training. And look, our habits are more important than our goals. We can say, I want to run a marathon, or I want to PR my deadlift, or, whatever that is. And that sounds great. But really what's more important is the habits that you build in every day for showing up. And whether it's the 5 a.m. class or if it's the 6 p.m. class, it doesn't really matter. What matters is those daily habits. And it's not that goals are bad. It's just I don't think they're as important as just the day in and day out grind.
Totally true. I've been helping a brother-in-law of mine with some things he's trying to improve in his life. And I told him about the book Atomic Habits.
Oh, yeah.
Have you read that one?
It's great.
It's awesome. And it just talks about that as we create habits, even if they're small habits, even if you're not coming to the gym and you're just starting to get working out going in your life, even if you're just starting with 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, just that you start to make it become a habit.
You know,
Makes a big difference.
I think it feels like there are things that are vying for our attention and vying for our resources and vying for our energy every single day. There's a buddy of mine that he was in the military, and he was talking about how when he was deployed, he heard a rocket. So at their base, he heard this rocket fly over their heads, and like he starts scrambling, and like he's running around trying to find the bunker, and he comes up to these guys that have been on the base for a while. They've been there for like a year already, and they're just sitting there still playing cards, and he's going, guys, we just heard a rocket, like we got to find the bunker, where is it? And they said, I think it's about a mile over that way. And he was like, why are you not running over there and getting in the bunker? And they were like, well, look, here's the truth. I mean, yeah, we're kind of in the middle of a war, but if the rocket's going to be so close enough that it hits us, we're not going to have time to respond anyway. So we just kind of shrug our shoulders and go, if it takes us, it takes us. And like in my line of work, I've never heard a rocket go over my head, so I can't quite put my mind in that type of mindset. But like for that, I think we can all slide into that kind of mindset where, in reality, there's this war that's going on around us all the time.
Yeah.
That, especially like I said,
right now.
Especially
keeping
right
our
now.
minds right.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes the mind, the war has a lot to do with our phones, and we've got notifications that come all the time, and it's our watches, and it's all these things that want every single ounce of who we are. And there's this war going on, and we're going, I mean, I'll fill in the blank, whatever it is, the discipline that you need to work on. Since we're talking gym, it's like, well, I mean, I'll just sleep in a little bit more today, or I'll just have this extra piece of pie, or I mean, do I really need to go for a run? Should I really show up at the track workout? I mean, it's not that important. I'll do this instead. And before you know it, rockets are flying over your head. You're going, I mean, if I die, I die. It's not a big deal. And so I think the training mindset really revolves around kind of that first realizing that there is this battle that's going on for our minds, that's going on for our hearts, that's going on for our energy that we've got to engage in, because if we don't actively engage in it, we're instantly losing.
Yeah,
we're losing that battle.
For sure.
There's no neutral zone.
No.
You're either like crushing the battle or you're getting crushed. There's no in between.
Totally agree. That's what I'm always saying, teach my kids, and my brother-in-law I've been talking about. A lot of times we talk about you're either going up or down in life. It's hard to just plateau.
Yep. Well, and I don't plateau. Well, here I'll confess a little bit. So on the times when I'm consistent in the gym, like I also tend to be more consistent with my nutrition and with kind of all areas of life. But you give me a couple weeks off from the gym, and by a couple weeks, I mean even just a few days, and it's like suddenly everything goes. And I'm like, well, if I'm not going to go to the gym, I might as well just just start eating whatever I want.
I have an all or nothing mentality on some things too, where it can be hard.
I wish that I could I wish that if I had a couple weeks off from the gym, I was better about dialing in this or whatever. I'm not. I'm terrible at it. So I'm either all or nothing, and I think.
And that's something that people are going through right now with our shutdown that we're in right now. It's like they're out of that routine of coming here. So we've tried really hard to keep some park workouts going, and I think even if you can't make it to the park workouts at the time we're going to, as long as you stick to your plan on the time that you normally work out at, whether it be at home or you go to a park or you go to a track or whatever, I think it really makes a huge difference.
One of the things that I love too about the first time that you shut down was we had this group me that we were texting back and forth, and I think my wife and I were maybe the only couple in our whole group that
we need to do
leaned in. But I think there's a principle there that I felt like, in a good way, you were looking over our shoulder, going, "Hey, keep pressing," because every day matters. And I think that's a key in building these habits and that's what I love about CrossFit is that day in, day out. It's not that I feel like I step in and I'm being judged if I don't show up, but I feel like I'm missed if I don't show up. And I got somebody that's in my corner that's pushing me. And so these habits are hard to develop. It's hard to show up every day. And not just hard to show up. Like, the workouts you guys prescribe are tough.
Yeah.
But when we have other people that we show up and that know us and care for us and push us, I think we're more likely to keep these habits going, even in the middle of a shutdown.
Yep, for sure. I think that is a good place to stop. Any other things
I could keep talking about this stuff all day, Chris.
I love it. So, one last question.
Yeah.
What is most important to you in your life right now?
Ooh. I think you've got to know the why behind why you want to pursue fitness. And I think the why for me is that I want to be healthy for my kids. It really is. I don't want to be the dad that says, well, you guys go play outside. Daddy can't. I want to be present and active and able to wrestle and throw the ball and, do all that with my kids. And I don't want my health to get in the way of that. It's a big value for me that, I'm in my late 30s now. I want to be saying the same thing when I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I'm 60, when I'm 70, that I'm able to keep up with my kids because we prioritized our health.
Yep, it's a huge thing for sure.
Yeah,
and we can be doing that for a long time with our kids.
Yeah.
So, Tersa has a couple uncles that will go out and hike with their kids for days at a time, and even brothers that'll do that with their kids. One of them's getting ready to go on a week-long backpacking trip with his kids, and
no, thank you. Check, please.
It's gonna be good.
Nope.
They're a little older. They're teenagers.
Okay.
And
that sounds a little bit. Once they're teenagers,
yeah.
I don't want to go with our
I know
2-year-old.
I'm kind of thinking my younger kids. I'm like, I wouldn't do that with my boys yet, but you can build up to that. You know? So, and that's the mindset that I've had in here too. Like, there's certain things like people doing workouts like Fran. That one's rough.
Fran, I actually just looked at my time this morning. My best time ever was like 4:10. But yet it wrecked me for about a week. I had the Fran cough.
Yeah.
And, I get more nervous before Fran than just about any workout. I love and hate that thing all at the same time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, thanks for being on here tonight or today, and it's been really fun.
Thanks, Chris.
You're awesome. You had some great things to say.
When are you going to open this thing back up, though? That's the question that's what's burning on all of us. Tell us when we can come back in here and work out.
The unknown right now is keeping us on our toes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But thanks a lot. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for listening to our show. Would love for you to subscribe to the podcast on any of your favorite podcast channels. We have one every week that comes out. And Ben also has one that he does now. And what is it called?
That's called Flyte Sport.
Flyte Sports. How do you spell Flyte?
Flyte.
Yep.
We kind of on that we talk about the convergence of faith and fitness and how these two things come together and what it looks like for your faith to push your fitness and what it looks like for your fitness to push your faith.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yep.
Man, I'll have to check it out.
There you go.
Yep. I didn't know that until right before we started this. So that's really cool. Congrats.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks a lot.
See you guys.
Bye.